we've had a bit of time pass since the launch of XDefiant here, and we're getting well into Season 0, but while we end up having a couple of more weeks' time ahead of us before we get to that July 2nd Season 1 launch, as it's looking like right now, bringing our first year of content for XDefiant, but in the meantime, I want to take a look at a little bit about what we can see for Year 1 and beyond. Some leaks for XDefiant that indicate where we're going in the future and what you should be looking forward to. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What do you think of these XDefiant leaks and upcoming content? Anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below and make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more XDefiant coverage here in the future. We're chasing down 600,000 subscribers, and honestly, can't thank you guys enough for the support and all the love on the videos to date. Truly appreciate you, and if you'd like to join that community, if you're part of that 64% of viewers not subscribed, I'd love to have you. But for now, let's take a look at these XDefiant leaks and what Year 1 and beyond looks to hold. Now, firstly, a disclaimer for those familiar with our COD leak videos. Same rules apply here. Number one, unfortunately, I can't show any content or images on screen that has been leaked. That's still unreleased and thus intellectual property of Ubisoft, which would be subject for copyright takedown. A lot of the times the content isn't taken down from the original poster, so I'll link that down below. But just for safety's sake, I don't feature that in videos. Number two, the content seen today is a snapshot in time. This stuff taken from the launch build of the game. Obviously, XDefiant is a multi-year game, as they stated, where they're going to be supporting it for years to come. So this is still the very, very early building blocks of what is to come. So timetables can easily change, items can be cut or pushed back. We don't know any circumstances and things for certain until they are announced and released. But everything seen in this video and discussed appears to be coming from the game as of launch. And number three, the content is sourced from a data miner named AgainTX on Twitter, who is linked down below if you guys would like to check out the original post and stuff like that. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's start out with weaponry here that we can see in the future of XDefiant. We saw the MDR introduced with this Season 0 or preseason battle pass here, but in the future, we know of already the LVOA, a variant of the AR-15, a rifle, the L115, a classic sniper, and an SA-87, an LMG here. Beyond that, in a sort of earlier working version of it with just the basic models in game, you have the FAL, you have the PP-19 Bison, you have the FAMAS, you have a Thompson, a G36, and a sawed-off shotgun in addition to those three that we just mentioned. Now, those three of the SA-87, L115, and the LVOA, I wouldn't be surprised if those are the Season 1 weapons. It's already stated by prior marketing that we'll see 3 new weapons coming with 3 new maps in Season 1 along with a 90-tier battle pass. So it looks like these might be our Season 1 weaponry for XDefiant. Now, as for maps, in the game files, we actually have the loading videos for the maps of Waterfront, Daytona, Signal, and Bunker. So those would seemingly indicate that these are going to be maps that are in the near future as opposed to like later in Year 1 or in Year 2 or something like that. But we also know of a lot of different maps included in that list that don't necessarily have actual finished and visual assets associated with those. We have the maps of Street Race, which I'm assuming is Daytona, White House, Waterfront, that one from Far Cry New Dawn that we just mentioned is available with a loading screen, Rockefeller, Ski Resort, Jorvik, Himalaya, Bunker, Clubhouse, Aerospace, Chinatown, Hydro Dam, Gunfight, Rooftop, Office, Museum, and Washington Memorial. So that is a lot of maps on deck already that we know about from the game files here. And again, if everything holds true with what they've announced previously, 3 maps, 3 weapons, 90-tier battle pass every season, well, this is almost pushing outwards to Season 6 and completing that number of maps that we could see if 3 come each season. So we're well past Year 1 in regards to what stuff is already planned and already being worked on, which is pretty cool to see. We also know of the new factions of Siege, the GSG-9. That apparently is going to be Season 1's faction, and based off the icons, it looks like we'll be seeing a shield and razor wire ability here with that, which will be interesting to see how that plays out. It'll be nice to sort of be able to cut off lanes, but it also might be incredibly annoying to play against. But also apparently detailed are the Year 1 factions of Assassin's Creed, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and the Highwaymen of Far Cry New Dawn. So that last one, I'm pretty sure there's a bundle already kind of previewing that later on down the line for the Highwaymen, but might be mistaken with that. Apparently, though, again, same thing goes with the maps. They're already planning further out into the year 1 and year 2 of support, as we see a Watch Dogs 1 and 2, a Divisions 1 and 2, a Splinter Cell, a Ghost Recon Phantoms, and a faction for The Crew. As weird as that is, a racing game apparently will have their own faction here at that, where surprisingly there's actually details about that one. Apparently the Crew will have a grenade launcher, a turret, and some speed tuning of some kind, so maybe a little bit more mobility in terms of just base default sprint speed or something like that. But those were the factions that have been seen in the game files as well. As for modes, we have TDM, Capture the Flag, Search and Destroy, Team Knockout, Infected, a 2v2 elimination mode. My thinking immediately goes to Gunfight from Call of Duty, Team Elimination, Juggernaut, which might just be increased HP, meaning those gunfights will last a little bit longer, and then King of the Hill, which I could see this being like Hot Shot, but a free-for-all mode instead of a team-based mode. So you have that Hot Shot or that King of the Hill that ends up getting those speed bonuses, maybe some quicker health regeneration, all that kind of stuff that comes along with, say, Hot Shot, but instead just free-for-all. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then finally, the last things that we know about out of this data mined information is a bunch of different features coming throughout Season 1 and beyond. One of those things is more mastery camos. Apparently, these are going to be updated regularly and potentially giving us even more to grind out, where we have the existing bronze, silver, and gold. That's unlocked at levels 50, 75, and 100. But while there's not any details on how to unlock this, there's also going to be weapon mastery for pristine, platinum, and aura. So curious to see what those ones look like. Platinum, there is a screenshot from TX on his Twitter in which it does showcase this on the new LVOA. So it looks pretty nice. We'll see how the other ones play out as well. Weapon mastery is apparently going to be coming with new emblems and icons, as well as XP associated with each of those that you can end up earning. The prestige and prestige icons were leaked here as the data mines. Those prestige icons, some of them look pretty, some are hit or miss, but then some are like really cool. So looking forward to seeing what those really cool ones are and then grinding my way towards those. But also, we haven't quite gotten any information beyond just the icons. So it was up in the air for a little bit that maybe it would be a seasonal prestige thing, maybe it would be a year 1 prestige thing, maybe it would just be a simply forever prestige thing where you end up having 10 prestiges and you're done, but maybe it's a couple of prestiges a season, a couple of prestiges, like 10 prestiges a year, and then it resets. We don't have any details that confirm or deny that, but those were all in discussion earlier in the year before the game launched. And also, one thing that looks interesting is item gifting. So that's something that is readily available in a lot of games, but also not in a lot of games. So with the shop that we have in XDefiant, it is something that does kind of make sense that they would prioritize generating a bit more revenue. Not saying I agree or disagree with it, but it makes sense that a free-to-play game has something like this coming where it could maybe incentivize a little bit more in terms of that expenditure. Of course, if you're like me, you're probably not going to interact with too much of that kind of stuff, but that is a feature that looks to be coming and was data mined. So big picture, it seems like there is a lot of stuff planned. It's just a matter of when this all comes. Again, Season 1 is looking like July 2nd, so we are going to be coming up on that pretty fast, and with how quickly this past week and a half has gone from pre-launch to launch, might be something that you just kind of blink and you're already at Season 1. Going ahead of that, I would not be surprised if we end up seeing like a couple of weeks out from July 2nd as well, that we start to see some marketing and some confirmation of the content coming detailed here for us. But for the time being, a lot of this is looking pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it introduced. I think with Season 1 especially, I'm just kind of excited for what's to come mainly, because while it's nice to work towards stuff and play the game as much as we want to grind it out right now, we've played all of this content for over a year if you've been a part of the earliest play sessions that have been available to the public. And if you were a part of maybe some of the consulting, it might have even been a little bit longer with some of those insider sessions. I know that I've been playing this game since early 2022, so 2 years for me at this point. So to have genuinely new content coming is certainly something I'm excited for and I'm looking forward to. But just wanted to fill you guys in and let you guys know about some stuff upcoming for the XDefiant year ahead and beyond. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular that you guys are really looking forward to, and anything that stands out to you in regards to weaponry, maps, modes, factions, whatever the case? Drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so almost a single thing regarding all things XDefiant and other FPS content. I'd love to have it in the community as we chase down 600,000 subscribers. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.